Cybersecurity 121 Firewalls and Malware. Our goals for this lesson are learn how network devices are connected, learn about types of malware, and configure a firewall to prevent against or protect against that malware. Let's begin right here. So remember, whenever you do these lessons, you got to start the security lab. You might want to click this right now because it takes about 5 minutes. I've already done it. So pause the video. Now, as a reminder, in our Unit 1 cyber case, we had our computer left out. We walked away from it, and it came back, and it looks like something happened to it. So our computer's probably vulnerable, and it's learning about, hey, how do I keep my computer more locked down so that nothing happens to it or people can't mess with it if I walk away from it. We're all learning about our personal computer security. Well, your computer, it's not always just people that come by your computer or walking in. The internet and malicious people on the internet can access your computer and do funny things to it because your computer's connected to millions of computers and devices worldwide. It's a lot of people. You're on the network. So a large computer network is a complex thing. Let's start with about the basics. So first, let's explain what computer networks look like. So this image right here shows network topology. And what is network topology? You click on this link right here. Oops, I'm trying to zoom out so I can see it all. Arrangement of the various elements of a network. So how it's organized. Like you got your computer, but like how is it not? It's not just computer connects to internet. There's a few steps in this process right here. So this is what a small local area network of computers or a LAN, local area network, might look like. So here's an example. You got a bunch of laptops or computers here. And this might be like you're connected to the school, like at school. Laptops are connected to a server using physical cables or wires. So this might be you go to a computer lab, actually, and they're all connected up to the network and to the server. I guess nowadays we're all wireless here, so maybe that doesn't make as much sense. We're all wireless, but you can kind of think of it as we're wirelessly connected to this server at school, in a way. Yep, there is some server that's connecting to us, and yeah. Now, another way that this could look like is you have a bunch of computers connected to a switch. So, okay, let's say this again. This is not how we're connected at this school. You're not a bunch of wires connected to a server. Maybe that's something at home, or you're directly connecting to a server, but we're not really doing that here. This is closer to what we're doing. Computer does not need to connect directly to a server with a wire. Instead, most common ways computers connect is through a switch. So a switch is a network device that controls which data goes to which computer in the network. And all the computers in the LAN need the same data. So your computers are connected to this like switch right here. You might have heard the word router. I think that's a different idea, but basically all these computers connected to this, and this is a hub where if they have to communicate to each other, great, or communicate out to the server. Now, this is closer to what we see. So maybe you have like a network here with a switch, and there's a server connected to this. You got a router. If you want to connect to another network somewhere, and that could include connecting out to the internet, you have a router that might take this group of computers that are connected to a switch. They have like a server with maybe some shared information, and then the router is the way to get to different networks, different to another network. Now, this is more familiar to you right here. Like, you got your computers. Now, are you connected to a switch? No, you're all wireless. But the idea is that if you're at school, you got these things. They're wirelessly connected to this switch. That maybe this is the school server, and then this is like a router that goes out to the internet. And then so traffic can come in through the router and to your computers. But we're not plugged in so much nowadays. But that's closer. You got your computers. There's like the school server too for some local stuff. But router going out to the internet. That's basically what we look like. Oh, well, there's the best example of what we look like. Man, I should have looked at this before, huh? We're really wireless right here. And you're not even yeah, that's an idea of what we're looking like. Got a bunch of computers, school server, Wireless router going to the internet. We're wireless nowadays. All right. So you'll see more pictures like that as we go along. So internet services and malware. As you probably know, the internet is a great place to share information, catch up with friends, play the latest news, the games, and listen to music and watch movies. Movies? Do we watch movies? We binge movies. We binge television series. Why don't they add this? This feels old. That's not how we do things nowadays. So, try to predict which of the following internet services provide. Then click on each flashcard. Turn it over. So, a service can have two meanings in computer. A service can be a specified application, functions as email, chat. A service can refer to specific parts of the application. All right. So, a lot of services that you have. One service right here, you have short SMS, short message service. This is like texting and sending messages to each other, SMS. So that's one service the internet provides. Hey, and real-time chats, sending text messages. There you go. Image sharing. Sharing images. So that's one thing you can do. Sometimes you want to share images, and you do that on social media apps. Sometimes you stream media like Netflix, Hulu, I guess, Spotify. Internet telephony. VoIP. This is like the internet phone. So if you ever use like Zoom, we're doing that. We're doing that a lot now. Google Voice, maybe. You definitely use email services, Gmail, Yahoo Mail. People use Yahoo? Usually it's older people. Forums, internet forums that you want to talk. You go on Nextdoor because you want to complain about neighbors or make fun of them. Use the Nextdoor app. You complain about fireworks a lot. A lot of people do that. Post their lost dogs. And then sometimes whatever business services they're selling. That's what we usually do. Other things. Man, my nose is itchy. IRC, Internet Relay Chat. Real-time communication, shared interface. Like a chat room, I guess, would be closer to this. Oh, Corey's here. Oh, I'm recording too. I said his name. I don't care. Pause right here. All right, I'm going to continue my rant here. So I practiced it a little bit. IRC, Internet Relay Chat. So real-time communication. This might be closer to like what you do in Discord or Google Hangouts or something. But they give you this example, a chat room in Second Life. Now, this is a class for high schoolers. No one knows what Second Life is if they're in high school. That's an MMO from 2003. And I guess it's still alive somehow. PLTW put a reference to Second Life in here. If you don't know what this is, I don't know. I've never used this, but I remember from internet stories and stuff. Think of it like Sims MMO, like a Warcraft or EverQuest type game, or old school RuneScape. But like more like Sims or more like VR chat. And probably just as weird in ways. But I remember I think the big story was like someone bought an island on here for a lot of money, in real life money, and to like sell out portions of the island. I remember that story from a while ago. But why would they reference Second Life in this? Like, no one in high school knows what that is. I barely know what that is. Most of the teachers won't know what that is. Oh, just Second Life. Come on. What that'd be like referencing, I don't even know. Something that only 90s kids would get. And we don't have those here. Awful. Mailing lists. Okay, so like even some of these things we talk about listservs and stuff. If you're not very technical, you might like, what is a listserv? Basically an email list. And like, think of it like when people send out an email to the class of 2021 or something like that. at school, stuff like that. File transfer protocol. Okay, you're going to be familiar with this. So it's basically transferring data files. Like you want to download stuff from to and from computers. So usually through a lot of times through FTP. So you'll get familiar with this, even though you don't know what that word is. But basically, downloading and uploading files. Those are all services we can do on the internet. So again, kind of a summary of this right here, right? They give you some examples that don't make sense. You send messages over the internet. You send images. You stream stuff. You can do phone calls over the internet with Google Voice or Zoom or whatever. You can send emails. You can post on forums and read on forums. You can flame others on forums. You can set up chats with multiple people, like real-time chats. You can send mailing lists. You can transfer files. A lot of stuff you can do on the internet. And all of these kind of services can form vulnerabilities. So using these services and sharing information can be convenient, even fun. Maybe that's what Second Life is. But this use can also lead to problems if not done safely and properly. So all of these services that you can use on the internet can create vulnerabilities, and they all do. So this is what we got to watch out for, especially when things are free. Many of the free sites actually host stolen and pirated content. So there's sites out here, you might try to like download movies or stream things. Sometimes it's illegal streams or you download illegal stuff. So you got to watch out. And sometimes those free things that are sketchy like that, maybe they come with viruses, or you go to their websites and they get downloaded viruses or malware to your computers. So why is the entire internet at risk? It has to do with vulnerabilities and something called the weakest link. So the weakest link idea is that, you might keep yourself safe from a lot of things, but the easiest way to or there's a lot of things, a lot of security features in your computer, but the way that people get into your computer is through whatever part is the weakest, the most vulnerable. And whether that is through like downloading files, through websites, through chats, or streaming services, devices are susceptible to problems because their software is written by humans and humans are not perfect. A lot of the times it's like vulnerabilities in how they write the software. There's mistakes, and then so people find ways to hack or get into you via those vulnerabilities or mistakes. Now, there's a lot of cybersecurity is about finding those and patching those holes. And there's a bunch of, we'll get into more stuff later on how that really works. But you have vulnerabilities, and it's a constant battle of finding those things and stopping those vulnerabilities before the cyber criminals get too far. So that's what we're kind of looking at right there. Introduction to malware. Wow, we've talked a lot without really doing stuff. Malware has become an increasingly alarming problem. Companies have lost millions of dollars, government secrets have been exposed, individuals have their IDs stolen, people have been stalked over the internet, and data has been held for ransom. Oh, we got some good stories in all those. Those are all true. I mean, people can hold money for ransom. It's about money. Some people want to do things just to mess you up, but some people do things to get money from you. And that's probably a bigger motivator, really. So, to stop malware, you need to know what it is, how it works, and how it spreads. So, let's review the different types of malware. I guess a virus is counted as malware. When I think of malware, I don't think of viruses, but okay. I think of it as spyware a lot of the times. Okay. So, bad things for your computer. Viruses. So, software that's spread by people, usually other actions, usually through emails, websites, and chat. A virus can get on your computer. Like you click on something, you end up installing something on a website or email or chat. You download some code, and a virus can do all sorts of things to like destroy your computer, basically delete everything. I mean, to basically brick it, yeah, make it unusable. Or the viruses could sit and well, there's more of these things. So a worm is similar to a virus, except the worm does not need a human to spread. So sometimes these viruses, like, yeah, you got to click on it. But sometimes something gets installed and the worm can actually install itself on other computers in a network. So, oh, it doesn't need as soon as it gets installed on one computer, it can spread to everything else on the network. Backdoor, some malicious software that bypasses normal secure restricted access. So sometimes I think of it like it installs a secret door. Staff can install a secret door to access your computer and mess with things. So maybe it doesn't actually mess with things itself, but it lets others come in, or another program or another actual person like access your computer and snoop around the files. Spyware, software that secretly collects information about you. It usually resides in a website and on a service such as your email. Sometimes, yeah, they install stuff on your computer and they don't actually, like, that program itself doesn't do anything, but it spies on what you do. Now, it's kind of like how Google and Facebook and everything spy on us, right? Maybe they're spyware. But a lot of times these malicious things, sometimes it's about getting, ads and stuff like that. But sometimes it's about like reading as you type passwords in. It's like, oh, you just logged into your bank account website and collecting your username and password. Done. Collecting your email passwords and collecting that kind of information. You typed in credit card information. Yoink. Trojan horse. Just like the story. So it's disguised as something legitimate, like, oh, look, downloading this to protect my computer. But inside of it is a bad program that'll do stuff. So it looks legit, but it's got some stuff inside that's going to make things bad. So there you go. Suspicious websites. Let's keep going. Gotta pause. Resume. So you launched the security lab here, right? Boom, got this open. Open the activities folder in your desktop and double click this homepage. So, reconnect. Oh, geez. I waited too long. Double click activities. And then double click the homepage. AA121 homepage. To launch PLTW, stay connected. Hover your mouse over the coupons advertisement banner on the right side of the web page. Notice the small text banner that appears. Click for deals. More importantly, in the status area in the bottom of your browser, observe the destination web address. That is the link we'll take it to. Okay. Oh, where do I have to click again? Oh, the coupons and the right click. So, hover. Oh, I can click that. And notice where it goes. Right here. It goes to something called printable coupons. Okay. Status area at the bottom of your browser. Observe the destination web address. Click the coupon advertisement. So I go, ooh, there's a free coupon. You go to some website. I want to save big. I click. And I click. Oh, I get to Jake's Discounts. This is a type example of adware. What is adware? It's advertising software that can automatically download files and link to the web address. So sometimes people install things on your computer that will just pop up random ads on the side of your normally doing stuff. Like they're not trying to destroy your computer or steal your info. Like imagine this is just a normal website or your browser and all of a sudden these things start appearing on the side, or you open up like File Explorer. Like you open up this thing and if there's like an ad on the side of this, you're like, why would there be an ad built into my computer? So what these things are is they're just putting ads on your computer. They're not from the website, and they're trying to get you to click those ads. So they're not trying to destroy anything. They're not trying to get you to give them money directly. They're just trying to advertise by installing something on your computer. So it's still bad, but and this Jake's Discounts was a website on my computer. Maybe this is totally legitimate. They just wanted you to buy legit stuff, but they're kind of like making sure something's on adwares on your computer, so you're always seeing those ads. So it's another way to get you to buy stuff. Return to the home page and hover over the second ad. Okay, so we go back. And hover over this second ad. Notice the location of these things. So this was on C Users Administrator. If you click on a website, usually it should be a website, but this is a local file. And it says, notice for the second one, Does the destination address look different or suspicious to you? It's a reference to a fabricated file, so it should look different. Always check this. So, if you look at this and go, wait, why would a link go to somewhere on my computer? I know it says home page, adware. It's not going to be that obvious all the time. So you click on this, right? So you click on it, what's it do? It creates a pop-up. So it's actually popping up this thing on the computer saying, uh-oh, virus scanners and more. Warning, we have detected your computer's infected with a virus. Virus can cause your computer to run slowly or crash. To run a full scan, accept all viruses in your computer, download and run this free scanner. So this is a common tactic. If something's installed on your computer, I click this, and all of a sudden I got this pop-up. Shouldn't get pop-ups like this saying, oh, you're infected. If you weren't intending to run a virus scanner, this is not something normal. Hey, you ever get these pop-ups? These are a scam, 100% of the time. So this is what they try to do with viruses: is pop this up, go, oh, you're infected. So click this to run the full scan. And so you click accept right here, right? Is that the next step? Turn to the home page. So if they're trying to scare you and get you to click, and then they get to click on the next thing, and then you go to their website and they get money from you. Even if you hit cancel or no thanks, it might take you to the website anyways. So this is bad stuff. Like, you can say no thanks. It still downloads. I mean, just clicking on things here, they could be downloading it from the website. So you could close it out like that, but you get pop-ups like that, that's probably some adware or some kind of malware. That's the stuff you don't want. The best way to get rid of adware is to close the window, the X in the title bar. So if you ever get these things to pop up, close the real one, the Windows. Don't do like an X that they write in here. Click like the Windows-based one. Or even better, exit your browser altogether. Choose one of these methods to exit the adware site. Can you think of other risks while browsing the internet and how to avoid them? So, what's risky on the internet? I'll leave that up to you. There's probably a lot of things you're thinking about, but that's an example right there of those ads of something where your computer is vulnerable, and especially those pop-ups. If you don't really use a Windows machine a lot, folks, you're gonna, especially if you're at home, your parents, grandparents, other relatives they start seeing that stuff pop up. Be aware that stuff like that is probably some kind of malware, and it's probably something to get rid of on your computer. Now, there's ways we'll learn later in this lesson. I'm going to stop the video here on how to protect ourselves from that kind of stuff, but be careful. All right? Thank you. Next part's coming after this.